Namaste, my name is Shubhangi Narayane and my roll number is 14. I have selected asana Rajkapotasana from list B. So Rajkapotasana is basically a Sanskrit word. So Raja means king and Kapota means the pigeon. So combinedly it is known as king pigeon pose. So what about the Rajkapotasana? We will try to know. So Rajkapotasana is basically comes in our mind whenever we talks about the flexibility of our hips. So to improve the flexibility of our hips and back, the Rajkapotasana has been practiced. So directly practice Rajkapotasana becomes very difficult for the beginners. For that we have to practice for some preparatory poses of Rajkapotasana, so that we have to focus some points like external rotation of our hips and internal rotation of our scapula or shoulders. So internal rotation of our scapula we can practice Gomukhasana, Dhanurasana, so that we can do some rotation of our hand, so that your scapula get habitual of rotate internally as well as externally. And then to opening the hips we can practice the Bhadrasana, the Supta Bhadrasana. Then we can practice the lizard pose, high lunges, low lunges, so that our hips get open, and to perform the final position of Rajkapotasana becomes easier by practicing these preparatory poses. Okay, now for performing, how to perform the Rajkapotasana, we will see how to perform step by step. For Rajkapotasana, this can be done first from both sided, from our right leg and as well as our left leg also. So this is, in this asana our femur bone is get maximum stretch. So all the muscles around our femur bone has been involved in this posture, and they get strengthened, and they get proper strengthened. And for that you have to check the alignment of your body first. It should be maximally extended, which leg has been stretched to back. Then first we have to adopt Dandasana position. I have to bend one knee and place the heel of that bended knee to our pelvic region. So your pelvic region has been pressed down on the floor, and your body posture should be straight. It should not be tilted on right or on left. Then your another leg should be stretched maximum to the back. Then you have to place your palms on the floor exact in front of your chest like this. Then lift your chest like you lifted in Bhujangasana, so that the core of your fronted body has been lifted upward. Then you have to bend your extended leg from the knee, and by holding your knee with your hand, and then rotate your elbow outward, so that you can catch your leg with your hand, and then you have to hold with your another hand also. And in that position, once you have take this position, you have to check your body posture again. It should be faces in front, both shoulders should be parallel, both elbows should be parallel. Then you have to lift upper body and then stretch back as much as you can. While exhalation you can stretch back, and then you have to try to pull your bended leg towards your back of the head, so that your feet will touches to the crown of the head. So this will be the final position of Rajkapotasana. In this you have to focus on some parts like you have to engage your core, lumbar should be extended, and your chest should be relaxed and stretch back as much as you can. So this is the full procedure of performing the Rajkapotasana. Now we will see the demonstration of Rajkapotasana, how it should be performed. Okay. Thank you. Now we will see the contraindication of Rajakapotasana. So what we should not do while performing this asana, or who should not perform this asana. Whenever there is any kind of problem in your ankle, in your knee, in your hips, you should not to perform this asana. To perform this asana, first you have to clear your injuries, and then you can try to practice preparatory poses, and then you can reach this final position. Then any kind of weakness in your internal organ, then you should not perform this asana. Obviously, if you pass through any kind of surgery, you also should avoid to perform this asana. If always of course if there is a problem in your shoulders, weakness of your shoulders, or there is a too much stiffness in your back, then you should not perform this asana. First of all, you have to practice preparatory poses, and then you can try to perform directly to Rajkapotasana. Now we will see the benefits of Rajkapotasana. So it is an advanced course. The benefits will also be advanced. So we will see the benefits. First, as I explained earlier in the procedure, it maximally stretched our femur bone, and all the body weight is on our femur bone. So all the muscles get and all the muscles are around the femur bone are get strengthened. Then in this posture, this is basically the backward bending posture. So all the back muscles has been contracted, so they will strengthen, and all the muscles present in our frontal part of our body which has been stretched, and they get nice stretch, and their flexibility will be increased, and they will get toned. Then what happens in our pelvic region? The pelvic region has been extended and it is stretched, so it will affect on our reproductive system, and function of our reproductive system gets smoothened. Then of course this part of our body, the middle part of our body, also get stretched, so it will also affect on our digestive system. The pancreas, kidneys, liver also will start to function well. Then our when we raise our hand and try to catch our leg in Rajakapotasana, our chest gets open. So maximum breathing and maximum oxygen gets inside in our lungs. So our breathing pattern gets smooth and our respiratory system functions well. So any kind of issues like asthma, any kind of bronchitis problem, any kind of pneumonia, any kind of little issues related to respiratory system can be cured by practicing Rajakapotasana. Then it strengthens your shoulder as we try to catch our leg from back. So it's also the blade of our spine, blade of our shoulder gets internally rotated. So all the muscles around our blade also get contracted. So our shoulders also get strengthened. Then back of the shoulder also gets strengthened. Then it improves the flexibility of our spine, and it affects also also improves the stability of our body when we try to stabilize or revive to stable in final position while maintaining the proper body alignment, like keeping our shoulders parallel, elbows parallel to each other, and if we did not tilt on any side, right or left, and we try to keep our pelvic region pressed on the floor, and bended knee of the heel of the bended knee should be pressed to the pelvic region. In that position we try to stabilize our mind, so it affects as well as our nervous system also. So these are so many benefits of our Rajakapotasana, and to reach the final position needs more practice, and I would like to suggest directly perform Rajakapotasana. Before that we should have to perform some preparatory poses like Bhujangasana, and we can take support of our belt also if we can perform, and it is not able to hold able to hold the leg from our hand, so we can use belt and hold our leg with the help of belt. So this is all about the procedure and details about Rajakapotasana. Thank you very much.